All right. Your soldier messing up their rollout went wrong to start. Where's your roamer? I think you could have buffed your roamer a little there. And
I did.
when you're going through like the rollout area, you can give them a second buff.
Oh yeah. I guess did try to do that, but then my scouts got in the way.
Mm-hmm. All right, you guys just re-exec. I'm not really sure what happened there. That was a little scuffed.
Well, uh, s- one of their players said that they were going to be right back.
Okay. All right. You should be arrowing your pocket soldier. He is so slow. Holy cow.
Yeah, I was planning to arrow him, but then I couldn't see him because he was so slow.
Yeah, but you didn't even turn around to look for him. Like when you got to the choke, like where you are now, you could have turned around and arrowed him there. He wouldn't have gotten a buff, but it's better than just completely ignoring him. Because if you completely ignore him, he's going to walk through that choke point and just insta-die from spam.
Rebuild Uber here.
Yes, it's even. You're down 2, so you got to be careful here. Your players can't feed here. Because you have 2 people rolling out, so you guys have to delay it as long as possible. You get 2 kills though, so just get your Uber, and you might be able to like pressure choke or something. What is that dude's name? Um. All right, just waiting for a soldier sack.
One thing I do know what one thing I do know what went wrong in this pug is that their demo was so aggressive and my team just refused to catch him out.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's completely possible that it's other people on your team, like their fault for not locking down doorways, and like there's not much you can do as medic if that's happening. Um. So.
They're two down, so we just try to go for a push.
Yep, that's good. You should buff up your flank a little more. You could have buffed your flank scout. Oh, and then don't just leave your players here. Like at the very worst, you should take an exchange. Yeah, and like now you're getting forced anyways. Where if you had stayed with your players at choke, you would have been able to take the exchange there and keep all the positioning.
Hmm.
Like I understand that you were concerned like with your safety, because the enemy team was right there, but your team was around you. When your team is around you, most of the time you should be safe. Alright, your demo just did some really good damage locking down this choke.
I don't know how my soldiers died there.
Yeah, they probably just got pushed on right when they didn't have heals. Buff your soldier. You can rotate your heals to right if like it's getting pushed really aggressively here. don't feel like you have to stay on left. Just make sure you let your demo know to like play passive because you're rotating. Alright, someone's calling for buffs. Holy cow, there. Oh, you're looking away from that guy. Woo! Spooky. That's a free kill over on right. No demo, you can get in for free here. Okay, so your scout here should have just gotten through. Yeah, I guess there's not really much to be said there. Alright. Good job watching out for that guy and knowing he was there.
Oh no.
You
Oh
about
wait,
to
no,
die
it
to a
wasn't this.
trap?
No, it wasn't this round.
This is good. Their combat didn't leave yet. Okay. Make sure you don't forget about the soldier on tower. Oh no.
Oh no. Shouldn't have walked there.
Yeah, so that entire like time, it looked like it wasn't clear on if you guys were going into them or if like you were playing it slow, because you kind of like half walked into them to chase them, but then you were like, ah, no, let's turn around, and then they just took advantage of that and pushed back into you. And like you guys didn't really have clear focuses. Like you walked in, saw this guy on tower, no one really looked at him, so he's just able to spam you guys for free. Uh, and their combo was caught out, but the collapse was really too slow for it to be effective. Like when you were in cafe, you could see the combo over there, and that's when you should be calling it, and not when you're like by choke, which it felt like that's kind of what happened. Let me rewind to be able to reiterate this point. Okay. So right here, this is where I first saw their combo here, and I would expect them to... Oh, my game crash. Okay, beast.
Beast.
Relaunching it. Am I still streaming? No, it auto-canceled my stream. Okay. Let's do that again. Yeah, so right here you can see that their combo's right here. You have numbers advantage, so this is a perfectly fine fight to be able to take. Your soldier goes off to the right, so right away he's not pushing together with your team. Like someone needs to be main calling which way you're going, if you're going to the left or if you're going to the right. Next, you see this soldier. You also see that their combo has gone into Valley. So there's two things you can really choose. You can choose, hey, do we focus down the soldier really quick, or do we collapse on Valley? If your soldier had gone with you, he would be able to... He's like kind of the main focus of this. He's the one that would be able to fight this soldier by just bombing him, and your demo would be able to spam scout shoot. That guy dies really quickly. Or he can bomb right here, and that's just going to be a really effective bomb because it's such a small area. So you guys like aren't really choosing either of these things, and then their combo, they're like, oh shit, we got to get out of here, and that's when you like turn to look at them. But you're not chasing into them aggressively. And then this soldier, he's still here shooting down rockets at you guys. So it's really, you just have to commit to one of these choices. Kill the soldier or go into their combo. I'm trying to think if there's anything more to say about that.
Hey, med drop.
Yeah. I guess it really is make sure you're knowing what your teammates are going to do. Like, that's something that's very important about playing medic. Just as important as be able to predict what the enemy is going to do, you need to know what your teammates are planning on doing. Because if your teammates are planning on backing up and you think they're going to go forward, then you're going to be walking forward. They're going to be backing up, and then you die, which is basically what just happened.
They're down one, so we try to counter-sack, but then
Yeah, both your soldiers went there, which is not ideal. I still don't think you need to completely leave. Like, just get the Uber and take an exchange if they do push.
I'm not sure about exchanging when we're 2 down though.
Exchanging when you're 2 down is exactly the time when you would do it. Because remember what the idea is behind an exchange. You're trying to delay for your spawners to get there. Because you're going to have Uber, so you don't want to just give up that ground. Take the exchange. That's 8 seconds that these soldiers who are now spawning, they'll be able to roll out. By the time that 8 seconds is over, they'll be in the fight. So it would actually be a 5v5. And then you would have good positioning if you had kept it. And then you just take like a team fight. You're trying to fight for every inch of the map with everything you have at all times. So if you have Uber, use that to fight for positioning. Especially when you're defending second, it's really good because your players have to roll out from last and just get 1 point going into second. But their players that are spawning have to come all the way from their second. So they have quite a lot more time to go. So your spawners will always get there faster. Honestly, you probably didn't need to use here, but I don't really blame you for doing it. How the heck did that guy get in unseen?
Well, I want to use theirs to save my demo and scout.
Yeah, I think that was fine. I think it would have been fine if you had told them that you're not using to it. Like, your demo might have died, but your scout would have been able to live. But then you'd have full ad pushing out. Both options are perfectly fine. But there is like that thought to be had on which one you would prefer. That's sad, poor scout. Yeah, I don't blame you for getting out here. Make sure you buff your spawners. You had 2 players just spawn. They have crit heals and they're not getting it. Like, you were in spawn right as they were spawning, but then you walked out and ignored them. Oh my god, the enemy team. I guess they just are really bad at counting Uber ahead, or they just don't care. And they're like, ah, exchanges will work fine for us.
Hey, they literally wiped.
Yeah, I mean, that was
Yeah,
not a good
yeah,
Uber for them to take in.
yeah, yeah. That exactly it. So I thought we should have won these matches, but we didn't, and I just want to know what went so wrong.
Well, right now, you have no scout here. I don't know, like, it looked like your scout stayed at last for whatever reason. They should have been pushing out with you. Like, if you had a scout here able to focus down that soldier, then you'd be able to get this point. I don't know what's taking so long for the rest of your team to get here as well. Like now the enemy team wiped, yet somehow on that they had better positioning than you guys. That's just one of those moments where you're just too slow to push out. You and your demo were the right speed. It was everyone else that wasn't on the same page. Any questions about that round?
No. So speed.
I think the bigger picture behind it, because speed is one of those things where it's like, yeah, you can always go faster. But the two main things that stood out to me were the mid fight, where your team wasn't coordinated in focusing down the soldier or their combo, and then um, that push out of last, where your team wasn't coordinated actually pushing out and knowing who's locking down the chokes. What are you shooting at? And that's one of those things where in like a pug or a newbie mix, it's going to be tough because like your combo's not going to be as coordinated. Uh,
Hey, a better soldier roll out this time.
yeah, this is good. Um, but like playing on a team, you're able to kind of work on these things and get more coordinated. Like if you're ever like just losing team fights like that, most of the time it's a team coordination issue.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's yeah. They were really slow, so I meant the enemy.
Yeah, it looks like they didn't even come to mid.
Free mid, one down.
Yeah, when they're one down like this and I don't have Uber, I still like to send a sack. You can even do a double sack during this time frame, but since you don't have Uber, I would just recommend doing a single sack. But normally it's like, oh, you should get Uber before. Okay, they're medic's dead.
Okay, yeah. They just died to spam.
Was that spam or did your soldier sack?
No, it was spam. My one of my soldiers is dead, and one of my soldiers right there.
Well, I think this soldier just sacked. And
No, our soldier was. Wait, did. Oh wait, no, he sacked. He did.
yeah. Um, well, if he did sack, you should have given him a buff beforehand.
He didn't ask for one though. He just went in by himself.
Yeah, you should be actively looking for your soldier in situations when they should be sacking.
Okay.
And regardless, since like it's going into an even situation, before you start building, make sure you buff everyone on your team.
They try to send a counter sack
They
to
should not send
salvage.
a counter sack right here.
Oh no.
Oh, this is fine. Make sure
Oh
you're
no. Oh
looking
no.
make
Oh
sure you're
no.
looking up here.
Yeah, exactly.
You're about to get landed on. Yes. Yes, that was a very predictable death. Cuz you were not looking up. On oh wow. That
Oh
trap.
my god. How did he survive that?
um when pushing Valley, especially as medic, you always have to be looking up. It's so easy for a soldier to get a high bomb there. And I honestly like don't know what map it is this week. I think it's
It's
metal.
Metalworks.
Yeah, metal when you're pushing alley or like valley, kind of like the same thing. It's the same concept. You have to be looking up because you're going to be getting high bombed there.
It's this that, so I just hold bats.
Yep, that's fine. You should have someone with you. Looks like the rest of your team is playing out of position, which is fine. Okay, so notice where you are standing or were standing. This is a bad pause example, but you were standing like more towards the corner, like to the right over here, looking towards like the shutter. If they bombed you from cafe, the time it takes you to walk to the shutter to escape, you're not actually going to be able to escape. So when it's disad, you have to be thinking, where can I stand so that I can leave? You were right that you should have been on bats, but since you were there, you weren't there, you were at shutter, you still need to be in the shutter door ready to leave if you get bombed, rather than over to the right. Like you moved to the shutter when you saw them in Valley, but a better team might have been able to catch you, because they wouldn't have been spotted as soon. All right, they don't have mid, so this is a good opportunity for you
Yeah.
guys to peek. I think you have a soldier behind them as well. I think that's who got their scout. Definitely get out to second here. Okay, your soldier just back capped, and you guys are on your last. So this is something that I would probably never think of during a game, but if this happens, your whole team could go back to spawn and get the forward spawns. I don't think I don't think I'd ever recommend doing that, but it would be very funny to see in like a match. Get the forward spawns, hide inside there, so then when they cap mid, you guys can just jump out at them and kill them. Hope to God that they weren't smart enough to trap it. What
Oh
the
my
fuck?
god.
There's a demo behind you?
Yeah.
Actually, I think I saw him. Hang on, I think he was in front of the forward spawn there.
He got a forward spawn?
No, he didn't get a forward spawn. He was in front of your forward spawn, just like vibing. I'm pretty sure.
Alright, so whose fault is that?
Um, I guess everyone on your teams for not spotting him. I want to see if I actually did see him or not. Okay, I saw this guy. I was confused about this guy. I don't know what he is doing here. I think maybe he wanted to build a sentry in the forward spawn and accidentally walked out. So I don't know where their demo is hiding. Oh, and the sound broke.
Under maybe?
Where?
Under maybe? I don't know. No,
I
it
think
can't be
he
under.
he might have just like walked Valley into your second and then like went through choke or something.
Okay, how was he there though?
I don't
Oh,
know. This is a very chaotic situation because you guys had a player behind and their team obviously did not know how to deal with it. That demo did come out of nowhere. Alright, it's full Uber disad here. I like that you're on bats. This is good.
it's just this is a question, but can I just get like all the main players on this team and then apply them all for like the next drive?
Uh, if you ask, wait, do you mean this newbie mix team or your current team?
My current team, treat team
Um,
drive.
yeah, you can. If you
So
guys
like,
plan on doing newcomer, or do you guys plan on doing newcomer, or do you want to go to amateur?
well, judging by our score, I haven't really talked with us about the team. I just a me thing, I guess. But if I have to say,
What's your record?
my record, our team record is
Yeah.
4-3.
I mean that's fine. Like honestly, newcomer is really only meant for like very beginners. And if you guys are winning matches in newcomer, I feel like you could still go to amateur, especially if you're keeping the team the same.
I mean, the thing is, two of those matches we won by default.
Ah, it happens.
One match we played against a really bad team, and the only match that I'm satisfied with is Reckoner.
Right. It's really just one of those things where you have to ask yourself, like, if you feel like you've learned enough from newcomer that you're ready to continue.
I mean, I would probably just stay a newcomer for now.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys can apply to the team drive again. You can say like which players you want to play with.
They don't know how to count Uber.
Yeah. I mean, they should have had ad there, but they were extremely slow to push. Like they lost a full ad push, or they lost full ad.
Oh no. Oh no.
Is something bad gonna happen again?
Yes.
Okay.
I still can't get over.
Um, so your positioning right now is in front of the forward spawn. It's much better to be up on the high ground.
Oh no.
It happens.
And
Oh no. Alright, well their soldiers just like won them this round. Uh, that's rules for why you delay yourself slightly behind your teammates. Like don't be walking through the doorway at the exact same time as them.
yeah,
As
bait.
well as your teammates need to check corners.
I mean, I already kind of knew that. I guess I just kind of choked there.
Yeah, that's the second time. I actually didn't really think about it the first time you did it, but the previous push through cafe, you did the exact same thing where you were walking through at the same time as your teammates. So the two rounds that have gone bad, first one was team coordination and pushing out and like focus firing.
I
Uh,
mean,
and the second
team
one, you
coordin
guys just got like wiped by two soldiers.
team coordination in pugs. It's
Yeah, especially a newbie mix, because you're not gonna have people like sometimes you get people that it's their first time playing competitive TF2. So you do have to temper your expectations a little, but it's still things you can think about and then apply to your team
Oh,
games.
yeah, our newbie mix coach, I think it's just me, but he sounded like really mad.
Really?
Yeah, he M17.
Oh. Well, sometimes newbie mix coaches do get mad, because a lot of the time newbie mixes, you say things to people, and a lot of the times it's you're saying the same things to every single newbie mix team. Uh, and it is a little frustrating sometimes when people uh, don't listen or just like continue to make the same mistakes. Arrow your soldier and buff him. You can even delay in the choke a little. Like tell your
Wait,
team you're playing slow.
wait, I that's what I should have done? I
Hmm?
wait, so I should have arrowed that soldier?
He's your pocket soldier.
Oh, I because I just told him in VC I don't have time to heal you because I'm healing my forward players.
Um, yeah, always buff your pocket soldier. Like you guys are probably going to lose this fight simply because neither of your soldiers can bomb. Sunshine especially, it's very important that soldiers have high ground and are able to bomb. Like yes, he should be faster, but it is also your fault because you're not adapting to how slow he is. You're just kind of cutting him out of your thought process.
Gone.
Which just like cutting someone out and ignoring them and saying like sorry, I can't do that. That's a losing mindset. It's better to think how can we adapt our team strategy in order to change this. So if your pocket soldier is getting really slow, well maybe you guys just play a slower mid and like try to just rotate away from them. So you see they're going right, well you guys just go left so you don't have to fight them. That'll give you time to heal up, and then when you're ready, then you can initiate.
All right. Wise words. Wise words. Hey, there we go. Now I arrowed him.
Yeah, and like you guys, you did slow down. Like no one on your team went in and walked in and fed. You just like slowed down, chilled by your choke, healed up, and when you guys were healed up, then you started to push forward. Like I'm actually surprised that you guys did that.
I'm surprised too. Like,
Yeah, I don't know how their soldiers died, but whoever got the kills on their soldiers did a very good job.
oh yeah,
Because that's what gave you time to slow down.
yeah. This time I learned my lesson and I bait a little.
Do you? Are you trolling me?
Wait, what?
You didn't bait at all there.
I didn't? Oh, no,
No.
wait, no. No, wait, sorry. I didn't mean bait. I meant look up. Oh my god.
I mean, you hardly even looked up, too. I was actually like so confused. You said this time I baited a little, and then I just see you W in front of all your teammates. Okay. So, you see this soldier, that's fine. He dies. You're still not like looking up as much as you should be. Um, like they can bomb like pretty much directly above your head. So you have to be looking up a little more. Uh, this is not baiting. through the doorway when you're walking in front of your scout. Your scout probably should have kept walking in here. But yes, that was not baiting. Also, this Uber in general, it was very unclear who was getting the Uber. Was it a scout soldier Uber? Were you trying to use it aggressively through the doorway? Then you need to be using it as your teammates are in the doorway. Like your soldier should have gotten a flash to bomb in, and instead he got none of the Uber. And now you're kind of completely ignoring your demo, so your demo can't even follow up on it. In fact, I don't even know where your demo is. He went a completely separate way from your Uber.
But hey, at least the med down.
You guys don't deserve.
Wow. After all we went through, you're saying we don't deserve?
You don't. I think this
Okay.
scout carried that Uber. Suppose I should speed the game back up. Okay. The sound is broken again. Why isn't your other scout building? I'm so confused. You had a soldier building instead of the scout that was like with you.
It's alright to try new things.
Yes, experiment and then we can learn what doesn't work.
Okay.
Alright,
I
you
don't know
guys
how
should
our...
be out of lobby because your player is down. Yeah,
Yeah.
you should have. You were expecting a counter sack because you were down one. Well, I guess it was ad, so realistically they didn't have to counter sack. But you should still be expecting them, or like there's two things you can be doing. You can be choosing to wait for your player, let Ubers even out, in which case you should back out, or you should continue to be using your Uber ad and pushing into them. You guys just stood around doing neither, and then you get forced. All right, you're ditching your teammates again when you don't need to.
The medic life.
Um, yeah, I'm actually curious. Why did you leave your players in lobby there?
We were being heavily spammed out, so I thought we couldn't hold lobby there.
But were you in danger?
Orda.
See, I don't exactly think you were in danger. Uh, I don't think you needed to stay in lobby, but as medic, you have to be helping your teammates to get out. By just leaving them, like you're not even giving them heals to run away. So you're just leaving them out to dry.
Another adaptation thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That's something else that's happened a few times where you've just kind of left people during fights. It's fine if it's like a losing fight where if you don't leave now, you're going to be caught. But right there, I think you would have been fine if your teammates just left with you.
Alright, yeah.
All right, definitely fight this. Like right now, this is another moment. You are leaving the fight when it's perfectly fine to take the fight. Like it's a 4v4, you have no reason to leave this. Especially because your scout was still in. Like, you know that they're pushing out of last, and pushing out of last by itself is already not favorable. So that's one of those situations where it's okay for you to take a little riskier of a fight. Because, like, if, say you lose the fight, well, you'll just spawn on second, and you'll be fine. You'll lose mid, but hey, at least you tried to fight for it. Now the game is just gonna, like, stalemate out. Like if you had fought for second, maybe your two spawners could have pushed Valley like into last while they're fighting you on second. Uh, or you just like wipe them on second. It, it's just you gave it up when you didn't have to.
Two down. I don't know what we're doing here.
Yeah, I also
Forgot
don't
what
know
we.
what you're doing here.
I forgot what we were even trying to do. Like we were two down. What were we doing?
I don't know. Be careful falling off of the high ground here with that soldier next to you. Like you were by the stairs, but then you dropped onto the grass.
Never mind. What are we doing? What am I doing?
Yeah. Wow, this is ballsy.
Uh, try to force them,
Okay, they have a better Uber.
but do they have better DM? I didn't
No.
think so. Hmm.
Yeah, so that exchange, ignore the 4 kills you guys got. 5 kills if you include their demo that started at the beginning
Yeah,
of
yeah.
it.
I know how their Uber was better.
Well,
I don't think.
it was mainly just a bad play for you guys to go for in the first place. Because defender's advantage and all that. Uh, it's much better to try to force their Uber or just take the space and like not use because they were just like backing up because of you guys. So it's possible they just would have left second and then boom, you have Uber pushing
Is
into
this
last.
is this another abandoning teammate issue?
No, this is perfectly fine here. In fact, this is what you should be doing. Notice that as you're leaving, you're like healing your teammates and making sure that they're also able to get away.
Ah,
Like the push was a little scuffed, but I don't think that was your fault.
oh yeah, I think this was their first win because they were at this ad, but they were holding lobby. So then I just say Uber demo.
Yeah, you should have a scout here.
I
But
mean,
this is very good to recognize that they're on disad. You just need to have another player in the Uber with your demo. A demo by himself cannot do much. But like demo
they
and
were
a scout, even a demo and a soldier. Like imagine if a soldier was able to bomb them top right there, they wouldn't have been able to get out. And you wouldn't have had to chase them all the way to last.
oh yeah, in that part in the lobby before this lobby,
Mm-hmm.
you know how like we got spammed out?
Yeah.
My abandoned teammate. So right there, we were we were trying to do this thing where we push combo pushes top right and then flank wraps around them left side. But then I guess we were just too slow to get into their positions. And I think that's why we lost that one.
Yeah, I'd have to go back to see it. I don't know why I'm fast forwarding through this mid fight. um, I mean, you haven't taken
Danny.
any damage, and they're down 2 players, so I think it went well. Just make
Yeah.
sure you're watching for people to bomb you at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, here it
But
is.
it's just something that I know I should be doing, but I don't do it. Like looking up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just building the habits one at a time that you really have to do. Like write them all down on a sticky note, post-it note, put it on like your wall behind your computer or something like that. I don't know.
Look up.
Yeah, like genuinely, like it's something to do and it'll remind you throughout the game. and you'll be able to just slowly make it a habit.
Uh, I wrote a note in my computer. Does that still count?
No, because you can't see that during the game. You want something that'll be able to remind you uh, during the game.
All right.
But the more important thing on that last mid was after their medic dies, expect everyone on the other team to try to kill you, because they have no reason not to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I call expect salvage.
Mm-hmm. And then you're really just trying to ball up with your teammates. All right. So this is another moment. You guys have Uber, so you don't need to give up the space. Like, you're just letting them in here because you are not putting heals into any of your teammates. Well, you're doing it into the one, but this guy's leaving, so he doesn't count.
Am I just being too greedy here?
You're baiting too hard. You're
All
giving
right.
up ground when you have Uber. All you were down was a demo. That is completely, like, fine if you have Uber.
All
Uh,
right. All right.
take a
I'll take notes. I'll take notes.
Yeah, take the solo exchanges if you're like defensive exchanges, um, in order to not give up ground, and that's at most when you are down 2 players. If you're down 3, don't do it. Uh, and at the same time, like try to delay it as long as possible. Uh, and don't like give up the ground in order to delay it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Basically, like spam the chokes as much as you can to slow them down from getting in. Then when they're finally in, then you can take the exchange. And if you've slowed them down enough, your spawners will be able to roll out. You can call where to collapse. Your entire team will be landing on that spot. Call focus fires, and you guys will come out on top.
All right.
Or your exchange, your Uber will be significantly worse, and you have to back up. And then you're
I
at the same spot as if you had just left in the first place. So it's
I don't know
perfectly
if this was
fine.
my I don't know if this was my fault or the soldier's fault, but the soldier saw that I had Uber, so he tried to jump in and say, "Everybody jump in," but I said, "No, don't."
So it's both of your faults. Uh, you're correct. No, don't jump in. Uh, because it's even Ubers. They also had Uber. He was correct, saying you should use that Uber to do something. But taking your whole team into an Uber on even Ubers is not the way to do it. It's, oh my god, you're crazy. Okay, I'm not sure what the
Oh no.
thought process here was.
I forgot what the comms here were.
Yeah, I don't even have any idea what they were. Maybe you guys forced them or something, so it was ad and you wanted to push off of
Oh,
that. But don't
did
just
we?
run into a single soldier. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't Uber there. I don't know why their medic was in Valley.
Oh, I think it's because that soldier jumping from Shutter. I think he forced them.
Yeah, I think so too. But
So
I
it
don't
wasn't
know.
completely in vain.
Yeah, you kind of just gave up full ad. You should tell your scout to turn around and kill that demo.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no. Okay. This is fine since you got Uber.
All right.
This is gonna be a
I
fat
tell my
solo.
scout to just go with me.
I don't think you needed to leave there. I think you could have stayed. Take the high ground
Oh,
and like your Uber was so much better. They were the ones who would be forced to leave because your spawners would be coming right as you guys were taking your Uber. And that's just because they used so much earlier than you guys did.
all right.
Like it's not like you want to stay by cafe. You still want to back up to like high ground and have positioning where if it is going bad, you are still able to leave, but you don't need to just run away. Like scare them a little. Make them hesitate about chasing you, you know?
All right.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
No.
Buff your other soldier. All right. I think that was the last round.
No. The
No.
next one is
Does
like
it
a
finish
2 minute
or is
round.
it
2 minutes.
okay?
Uh, and then we almost capped their last in the 2 minute round.
That's too bad. Um, the next big thing besides team coordination and like looking up and like being ready for the enemy and whatnot, that's all kind of obvious things, or it not obvious but minor things. Besides the team coordination, that's not really something you specifically can work on. But the Ubers, uh, it never really seems like you are on the same page with your scout and your demo on what you're doing with the Uber. It feels like a lot of the time you're calling to take it like aggressively, but you're not waiting for your scout and your demo to be like, yes, okay, like I'm ready to do that. You're just kind of saying, oh, they're right here, take the Uber into them, and then you walk forward and Uber. And your scout and your demo, they might not be ready for that, so they're not able to bomb and follow up. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can call Ubers like that if like you open up a shutter door and they're unexpectedly like right there. That's perfectly fine. Uh, but if there's any possibility that you're going to have to chase, then you can't really be doing that. Um, I also think you can try to milk a little harder. Like milk hard enough that you don't even have to use. And try to get through like multiple capture points and like let the Ubers even out, but you got 2 points for it, so it's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think those are the two main things. Like you're kind of just Ubering in through every doorway when a lot of the times it's just blind. Okay, your demo walked like under the point. That was a little funny. This is a pretty chaotic mid. I think there's a
Hey,
player in your cafe.
it's the last round. Two
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, this is winnable. Oh,
Oh wait,
especially
it's
if you
30
get that
seconds left.
feeder.
30 seconds.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is winnable. Start buffing, getting into lobby now. While they're two down, you can get in left. Oh, no. Go dungeon, it's fine.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty minor, but if you ever have like 30 seconds, like, don't stop.
Can't stop the feeling.
All right. Any questions about that?
Yeah.
Did you
Okay.
say, yeah, there were questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you eat him for $18?
Would I what for $18?
Would you eat him for $18?
I don't understand.
Him.
No, I would not.
Oh.